So hey y'all, welcome back. It's so good to see you all. My name is Sarah. If you're new, I moved to Philadelphia about a year ago for my 9 to 5 job, and I've been sharing my experiences living here in Philly since then. I'm also a movie lover, so I do a lot of movie reviews. So little travel here and there, but mostly movies, mostly my opinions on story and character, lighting, etc. But today I wanted to share a life update with you all. So around the middle of May, which is when I moved here 1 year ago, I moved out of the apartment that I was living in. And when I tell you, by the time I moved out, I didn't feel safe. I knew that the property was not being managed properly, and I was glad to be gone. I can go into it in more detail if you guys want some more information, but essentially the manager was acting really inappropriately in a confrontational way and in an aggressive kind of way towards me. So I think I'm gonna make a separate video because it involved a lot of me researching, finding out what my legal rights were as a tenant in the city of Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania. Talking to a lawyer, and just a whole bunch of stuff that may be helpful to some of y'all who are in a similar circumstance, because it's a lot of us out here as tenants that are dealing with shenanigans from their landlords, so much so that the city of Philadelphia have specific laws set in place to protect tenants because this happens so frequently here in the city. So that's on that. I moved here a couple months ago, and so far I'm still getting adjusted. I'm still finding a routine for myself as far as like getting back and forth to work, grocery shopping, getting to my appointments from here, getting deliveries to this location, just normal stuff that you learn more about as you live in a new space, in a new, I guess they're called neighborhoods here, or precincts here in Philly. So I am still in the city. The move was very smooth and very organized. I did use a different kind of system when I decided to move, which is where I made sure to label each of my boxes with a letter, uppercase or lowercase letter, and in a little notebook I would write what was in that box in my little notebook. I wouldn't put it on the box, I would write it out, each line, to say what was in there, and if it was light, medium, or heavy weight. And I made sure that everything that could be packed up was packed up, so that when my tasker came, because I ended up hiring somebody to help me move, he would be able to see, this is literally everything. I don't have anything in a closet, under the sink. Nothing is hidden anywhere. This is everything. Great tasker. He got me moved out in less than an hour, which was also great because I had a cargo van to drive around the city, and that is stressful. He moved my things into the van, and I moved everything out of the van and into my new apartment building when I got here. I was actually able to return the van a day earlier, so it didn't cost as much. So total cost between the tasker and renting the cargo van only cost like $180, which was great, because this is a segue into another thing that I don't talk about, which is finances. I moved here for a 9 to 5 job, something that would offer me a consistent, regular paycheck. I moved into this apartment building because it had a great promotion going on at the time where you get 3 months rent free. And the reason why that was a top priority for me is because I have a large amount of consumer debt, credit cards specifically. And moving here, I managed to pay off my second to last card. So now I'm down to 1 credit card, and I'm working very hard to pay that off. That is something that has changed since the last year that I've been here, is being able to take control of my finances. I've been paying off credit cards left and right, and I'm down to 1 single card with one lump sum, y'all. And being able to rely on my regular 9 to 5 job, which is great. But because of that, and because I'm being very aggressive about paying back this consumer debt, that has changed how I'm looking at decorating and organizing this space, because I sold quite a few things before I moved, and the layout of this apartment is completely different. The last apartment I was in had, it used to be some old industrial building, so the ceilings were like over 20 feet high. So basically I have half the size, but a much better layout. It's better layout for storage purposes. I get better lighting in this place. So that I needed natural light. The last place I moved into, the windows that I had faced the center of the building. I bought a scooter, y'all. The hotter it gets, the less consistent the bus lines are. Can't be standing outside in like 92-degree weather waiting for a bus that's never coming. So I went ahead and bought a scooter and a helmet, and all I have to say is buy a scooter, change your life. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to decorating this space because it's so small. And I know that's weird to say, but when something is so small, each of the things that you buy takes on more emphasis because you've made room for it in the space. And I don't know why, but I want to go big. I want big pieces of furniture for this space. Paying close attention to the style of each item. I have back there is my shoe cabinet from IKEA. As you can see, it's huge. I haven't decided to leave it there permanently, but it is there. I have a like low bench / drawer where I keep all my physical therapy stuff. It's also from IKEA, so it's bright white and modern and all of that. But now I'm looking at a dining table. I want a couple dining chairs. I want to get maybe a new dresser to double as like kind of my media center kind of thing. I haven't decided which wall that I want to put my TV on because, like I said, I watch movies. I'm not out here pretending like I'm not watching TV. I do. Mostly movies, but some TV, a lot of YouTube, etc. And my TV will have a easy to watch spot in here. That's, how I decorate around it is fine, but I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not trying to camouflage it. So that is something that is going to be coming along. Like I can buy big rugs and they'll cover like half the floor plan in here. It's awesome. I'm so excited. Yes, very excited to be here in this space with my natural light. Like I don't have any lights on. Look how nice the light is. Crazy. But yes, I do want to swap out some furniture that just doesn't work here. It is an adjustment when you're able to see everything in the same space. You really want to separate certain areas of like activity and make sure that there's room for all the things that are important to you, things that you value, like me having to do physical therapy. That's very important. That's not something that I'm gonna stop doing. So I need to have room for physical therapy. I need to prioritize putting my mats and blocks and stuff in a place that I can easily reach again and again. I've been shopping secondhand and I've been shopping vintage in this city. Stuff is so high for vintage here, it's not even funny. Even places like Jinxed, which is a very popular local store, they have different locations all around Philly. You might be able to find a couple of things that are reasonably priced, but they don't have sales like that. They have sales maybe a couple times a year. See, because I've been shopping for over a year and I watch everything for sales. They only have sales a couple times a year. They mostly have in-person events, so they're very focused on like the in-person customer, not the online customer. My issue, besides the price, with a lot of these vintage stores is that they don't deliver or provide a seamless delivery service. So even if their company does not offer like the delivery aspect of it, having to coordinate pick up from this location and the delivery to another location is like a nightmare. They'll only hold the item so long after you've purchased it, and depending on when a delivery company or driver may be available, you might miss your window. This place is so small. You set a bowl down somewhere and it's immediately in your way. You know, you have to have systems in place that support you being able to like put stuff away really fast, make sure that things are not blocking other things, or that my clumsy self, like my elbow or my arm, doesn't knock something off. Like, I broke 2 glasses this weekend. I was really sad because there's one of my mugs, which I love these mugs, and I got these off of Wayfair, but they crack around here really easily. I make coffee a lot, I make tea a lot, and it literally just fell over in the sink and it cracked. That made me so sad. Plus these like beautiful yellow glasses that I have, these like water glasses, I'm down to 2. Who has 2 of one type of glass? I do, because I love them. Can't find them anywhere else. I was in a random antique shop in Indiana, but now there's only 2 left, and I kind of want to put them somewhere to keep them safe, but I also want to use them because I think they're so beautiful. So anyway, it's a lot of stuff in here that I want to do my version of an upgrade with. I am leaning away from DIYs. I really, number one, don't have the room for it, and I feel like until I get all of the essential pieces together, I don't want to paint or stain or cover anything before I figured out how I want everything to look together. Because what I used to do is piece by piece, every time I got something new, I would have an idea for how I wanted to DIY it, then I do it, and nothing seemed to go together. There was no cohesion, and that was not something that I could deal with visually because, number one, I'm not a decorator. So I decided to make things really easy on myself and get all of the basic essential pieces together, see how they look with each other, and come up with possible ways to create that cohesion, like painting a couple pieces in a similar color, which I have seen in a couple of DIY decorators videos. One way to create cohesion is to make sure that a couple pieces in the same room are from the same color family. So if red is the color, one piece may be like a really dark plummy color and the other one may be a very light pink, and they don't have to be near each other, but being in the same color family kind of creates that cohesion, which I like and I think is great. So I'm not gonna keep y'all because I know y'all have places to be and other videos to watch, but I did want to show you guys a couple of movies that I just bought, because yes, the entire time that I've been away from YouTube, I've been watching movies. And the difference between the movies I watch and the movies that I decide to add to my collection are very different. Number one. Number two, I was going to go all digital, and I hit certain limitations about doing it that way right away. And I decided over this past couple of months, after I had moved everything and was in my new apartment and, had to get certain things hooked up and didn't have internet and whatnot, that I'm not doing that again. And we're going back to physical. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So I got the Candyman Collector's Edition. Candyman is a classic. If you haven't seen it, what you doing? Evil Dead Rise. Even though I think Evil Dead is better, I like it 80%. I'll say about 80% of the things in here I like. So I decided to keep it and complete my reboot collection. Saint Maud, because it's amazing. Don't know what else to tell you. And Kiki's Delivery Service. Yes, I love anime. How can I not? I watched it when I had HBO Max, or Max as it's called, and I really loved it. Just totally fell in love with it. The soundtrack, oh my gosh, and decided to add it to my collection. So yeah, I've been watching movies. I've been trying to keep up with, keeping you guys informed. As you can see, if you checked out my Instagram, I don't be there. I'm not posting things, judging, of course, commenting, of course. But as far as posting things to my Instagram, I'm not as active there as I am on, let's say, Pinterest. But I plan on doing more with it in the future. So you guys can keep checking me out there. More likely to find me on Pinterest though, or YouTube. And I just wanted to thank you guys for spending your time here with me. The fact that y'all are still here is just blowing my mind. Thank you so much. And, enjoy the rest of your day or evening. And I'll see you guys next time.